Welcome back today. We are diving deep into the fascinating world of American rare coins, the Roosevelt one-dimes and the legendary wheat pennies. These coins are not just pieces of metal, they're pieces of American history, stories of hard work, craftsmanship, and the evolution of our nation's currency. If you have any of these coins lying around at home or tucked away in a collection, you might be sitting on a small fortune. In this video, we'll explore the history, the unique features, the rarity, the conditions that drive collector demand, and of course, the current market values in dollars that are truly astonishing. By the end, you'll not only understand why these coins are so valuable but also learn how to identify hidden treasures in your own pocket change or coin collection. So stay tuned, hit that like button, and let's begin this exciting coin journey. Let's get started. First up, the 1973 Roosevelt one dime with the Denver D mint mark. At first glance, it might look like just another old dime you'd find in your pocket change, but for those who truly understand numismatics, this coin tells a story of history, craftsmanship, and rarity. Even in its damaged and scratched condition, this coin has become a piece of true fascination among collectors. Many are surprised to learn that this small silver-looking dime is now gaining huge attention in today's coin market, with values that can impress even the most seasoned collectors. So, if you love discovering hidden gems in your coin collection, stay tuned, because this 1973 D Roosevelt dime could just be one of those special coins you'll want to keep, not spend. The story of the 1973 Roosevelt dime begins decades earlier, in the post-World War II era, when America was celebrating the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the man who guided the nation through the Great Depression and helped shape the modern United States. The dime became a perfect way to honor Roosevelt's impact, as he was also the founder of the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to fighting polio. The first Roosevelt dimes were struck in 1946, and over the years, the design remained consistent, symbolizing leadership, hope, and strength. By the early 1970s, the U.S. Mint was operating at full power, producing millions of coins from various mint facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The 1973 D dime was part of this era, struck at the Denver Mint, which used highly precise machinery and maintained strong quality control. However, even with millions produced, not all coins came out perfectly. Some had slight striking variations, metal planchet differences, or surface flaws that make them unique today. While most 1973 D dimes were made of a copper-nickel clad composition, as silver had been removed from circulation coins after 1964, certain coins with unusual luster or composition resemblance have drawn extra attention. These are often called silver-like or silver-shade Roosevelt dimes, admired for their appearance and the story behind their creation. The 1973 D Roosevelt dime holds a distinctive beauty that sets it apart from others in the same series. Even if found in damaged or scratched condition, the coin still radiates history through its classic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, facing left with the word Liberty clearly visible. Just below his chin, the motto "In God We Trust" remains a symbol of America's faith and unity. The date 1973 sits proudly near the lower rim, accompanied by the small yet powerful D mint mark, signifying that it was struck in Denver. On the reverse side, the design features a lit torch in the center representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right, symbolizing peace and strength. The inscriptions "United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and one dime complete this timeless design. What makes the 1973 D dime stand out today are its subtle variations in unique toning caused by age, handling, and environmental exposure. Some coins exhibit beautiful shades of silver, gray, and even light gold due to oxidation and metal reaction over the decades. Even scratches and wear patterns can give the coin character, adding to its uniqueness and storytelling charm. No two coins are exactly the same, making each piece a miniature work of art that reflects its own journey through time. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1973 D Roosevelt dime such a hot topic among collectors. While millions were minted, finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition is not as easy as it may seem. Over 50 years have passed since its creation, and most of these coins were circulated heavily, used in daily transactions, vending machines, and cash registers across the country. This makes finding any coin from this era in pristine, high-grade condition a rare event. Even damaged or scratched examples, like the one we're discussing today, have started attracting strong attention in the collector market. The reason is simple: collectors are increasingly appreciating the history, rarity, and aesthetic charm of circulated coins. A coin that shows honest wear tells a story of life, movement, and change, and the 1973 D dime is a perfect representation of that. In addition, certain examples of this dime have been known to exhibit unusual metal tones or planchet characteristics that mimic silver, which enhances their desirability. As coin enthusiasts continue searching for older dimes with unique shades or minting quirks, the demand for 1973 D dimes in any condition continues to rise. Many collectors and investors are now paying attention to coins that were once considered ordinary, understanding that historical and visual appeal often matters just as much as perfect condition. This growing recognition has created a strong wave of collector interest in coins like this one. Let's talk about the most exciting part, the market value of this beautiful 1973 D Roosevelt dime in today's coin collecting world. The coin market has evolved dramatically over the past decade, with collectors seeking every piece that holds historical charm or visual uniqueness. Depending on the condition, rarity, and individual buyer interest, prices can vary widely. For example, a standard 1973 D dime in circulated condition may have a modest face value of 10 cents, but collectors are now paying attention to coins with damage patterns, toning effects, or unusual silver-like shine. In the current collector-to-collector market, such a coin can easily fetch between $350,000 depending on visual appeal and demand. However, certain unique examples that show bright luster, natural silver tone, or partial striking errors have been known to sell for $480,000 at specialized coin auctions and online marketplaces. If a 1973 D dime is preserved with strong details, deep toning, and a good story behind its discovery, it can achieve an even higher price, especially in auctions where collectors compete for the best example. With rising interest in mid-20th century US coins, this dime's value is expected to continue climbing. It's no surprise that experts are calling the Roosevelt dime series one of the next big areas for appreciation in the US coin market. So, if you happen to find a 1973 D dime with any unique features, even if it's damaged or scratched, don't rush to spend it. You might be holding a small piece of history that's gaining more value every day. For collectors who want to explore the fascinating world of Roosevelt dimes, the 1973 D coin is a great starting point. Always handle your coins with care. Even if they appear worn or damaged, every mark tells a part of its journey. When examining a dime, use a magnifying glass to check for details such as mint marks, rim structure, and color variations. Pay attention to the silver-like tones or unusual shine that may indicate a special planchet or toning pattern. Store your coins in protective holders to prevent further scratches or corrosion, and avoid cleaning them with harsh chemicals. A naturally aged appearance often adds authenticity and value. It's also wise to research recent auction results and online listings to stay updated with market trends. Networking with fellow collectors, joining numismatic groups, or attending coin shows can give you valuable insights and help you spot great opportunities. Most importantly, collect with passion and curiosity. The 1973 D Roosevelt dime is more than just a piece of metal, it's a time capsule of American history, representing the spirit of a generation that valued perseverance and progress. Every collector who holds one becomes part of that ongoing story. As we've explored today, the 1973 D Roosevelt 1 dime, even in its damaged and scratched condition, remains a coin of high collector interest and strong market demand. Its connection to American history, its elegant design, and its growing recognition in the numismatic world make it a coin worth cherishing. From its origins at the Denver Mint to its present-day collector value, this dime continues to prove that even the smallest coin can hold big stories and even bigger value. So, the next time you go through your change, take a closer look. You might just find a 1973 D Roosevelt dime waiting to reveal its hidden worth. Coins like this remind us that history is all around us, sometimes right in our pockets. Next up, the 1985 Roosevelt 1 dime with the P Mint mark. This remarkable silver coin has caught the attention of collectors all over the world and is now considered one of the most desirable modern dimes in the market. If you're a passionate coin collector or someone who dreams of owning a rare piece of American history, then stay with us till the end because this coin's story, value, and rarity will absolutely amaze you. Let's begin with the intro and overview. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led America through the Great Depression and World War II. His image was chosen because of his deep connection to the March of Dimes campaign that helped fight polio. The coin's design became a symbol of courage, leadership, and national pride. The 1985 version of this dime, especially the one with the P Mint mark from Philadelphia, is one of the most fascinating issues in the entire Roosevelt series. Although 1985 was not generally known for silver dimes in circulation, a few extraordinary pieces have surfaced showing silver content or special minting characteristics that set them apart from all other dimes produced that year. These are the coins that have stunned the numismatic community and skyrocketed in value. Now, let's move to the history and background of the 1985 Roosevelt dime. During the 1980s, most U.S. dimes were made from a copper-nickel composition, as silver had been removed from regular circulation coins back in 1965. However, errors, experimental planchets, and special minting processes sometimes produce silver-based dimes even decades later. The 1985 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark represents one of those rare and fascinating possibilities. These coins are known to show a bright silver shine, high luster, and a superior strike compared to regular copper-nickel issues. Over time, they have become highly collectible due to their exceptional finish and mysterious origin. Were they test strikes, mint errors, or deliberate special mint runs? Collectors have debated this for years, but one thing is certain: owning one is like holding a hidden treasure from the U.S. Mint's history. When we talk about the unique features of the coin, the 1985 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark truly stands out. The design, created by John Rosinick, features President Roosevelt's bold profile on the obverse side, surrounded by the word Liberty, the year 1985, and the national motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, you'll find the iconic torch representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch of peace and an oak branch of strength and independence. What makes the silver variant of this coin so unique is its bright, mirror-like surface, sharp details, and exceptional strike quality. Many of these coins display strong definition in Roosevelt's hair and facial features, as well as deep clarity in the torch and lettering. Collectors love these dimes because they look absolutely stunning under light, radiating a silvery brilliance that makes them unforgettable. Another feature that increases its desirability is the P mint mark, signifying that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Although millions of dimes were minted that year, very few silver-like examples exist, making this one of the most exceptional mint mark combinations ever found in a modern Roosevelt dime. Its composition, shine, and rarity have made it a hot topic in the numismatic community, and every serious collector dreams of adding one to their collection. Moving on to the rarity and condition, this is where the 1985 P Roosevelt dime becomes a true legend. While standard copper-nickel versions are common, silver variants or coins with unusual characteristics are incredibly hard to find. These coins were likely struck on leftover silver planchets or through a rare minting error, giving them a unique identity in U.S. coin history. Only a handful of high-quality examples have been authenticated by grading companies such as PCGS or NGC, often receiving grades of MS65 and above. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition command a huge premium in the market today. Collectors and investors know that the better the condition, the rarer the coin, and the more valuable it becomes. Every gleaming, untouched detail of this coin makes it a prized possession for anyone lucky enough to own one. Let's talk about the collector demand and the current market value in dollars. The demand for the 1985 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark has exploded in recent years. Collectors, silver investors, and even historians are chasing this coin because it represents an era of American craftsmanship and hidden rarity. In the current action-packed coin market, these coins have achieved incredible auction results. Depending on the condition, the coin's value can range from $500,000, with some extraordinary silver strikes fetching up to $930,000 or more in top-grade certified condition. Even those with minimal wear or light circulation can still be worth several $100s. What drives this huge value is not only the silver appearance and mint mark but also the story and historical connection behind it. When a coin combines mystery, rarity, and beauty, it becomes a true collector's gem, and that's exactly what the 1985 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark represents. Now let's discuss some tips for collectors who want to find or invest in this stunning dime. Always look carefully at your Roosevelt dimes from the 1980s, especially 1985. Pay attention to color, shine, and edge details. A real silver specimen will have a brighter and cleaner tone compared to the standard copper-nickel version. The edge might not show the typical copper band, and the sound it makes when gently tapped can be distinct, a higher, clearer ring compared to other coins. When buying or selling, always have your coin authenticated by a reputable grading company. A professionally graded and encapsulated coin not only protects your investment but also increases its resale value. Try to collect coins in uncirculated or near mint condition if possible, as they tend to appreciate faster in value. Finally, let's wrap up with the conclusion. The 1985 Roosevelt one dime with the P mint mark is not just another small coin, it's a piece of American history, a symbol of rarity, and a shining example of how modern coins can become treasures of immense value. Its outstanding silver appearance, limited numbers, and powerful demand among collectors have made it one of the most talked about dimes in recent years. If you're lucky enough to come across one, you could be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars, a coin that connects the past and present in the world of numismatics. So, keep an eye on your change, search your coin rolls, and explore your old collections. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting for you. Next up, the 1988 Roosevelt one dime with the P mint mark. At first glance, it might look like just another everyday dime, but let me tell you, this coin has become a major talking point in today's numismatic market. Its history, composition, condition, and collector appeal have all combined to turn it into a piece that's now gaining huge attention and strong demand across the United States and even internationally. This video will walk you through the full story, from the coin's creation and background to its rarity and collector demand, to its current market value in today's action-packed coin trading scene. And by the end, you'll understand why the 1988 Roosevelt dime with a P-mint mark in fine condition has become a must-have piece in every serious collector's portfolio. So, sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and let's explore the silver shine and the incredible legacy of the 1988 Roosevelt one dime. The story of the Roosevelt dime begins in 1946, just after the passing of Franklin D. Roosevelt, one of the most beloved presidents in U.S. history. To honor his legacy, the U.S. Mint replaced the Mercury dime with a new design featuring Roosevelt's portrait. This dime not only celebrated a great American leader but also symbolized strength, unity, and recovery after the Great Depression and World War II. Fast forward to 1988, the United States was entering a new era of modern minting technology, and the Philadelphia Mint was one of the key production centers of the nation's coins. The P-mint mark on the 1988 dime signifies that it was minted in Philadelphia, a historic location where countless collectible coins were struck. And now, officially, the 1988 Roosevelt dime was made from a copper-nickel composition. But here's where things get exciting. Among the regular issues, some coins display an extraordinary silver-like appearance, and certain examples are believed to have been struck on leftover or experimental silver planchets. These unique pieces are now drawing the attention of serious numismatists and collectors across the globe. The discovery of these silver-toned dimes has added a new layer of intrigue and value to this otherwise modern-era coin. So, the 1988 Roosevelt dime with a P-mint mark not only represents the end of a vintage era of craftsmanship but also bridges into a new age of rare minting variations and collector treasures. The 1988 Roosevelt dime with a P-mint mark has a few key features that make it stand out from the rest. On the obverse, you'll see the powerful image of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, with the word Liberty inscribed beside him and the motto, "In God We Trust," below his chin. The date 1988 proudly sits near the bottom, while the P-mint mark can be found just above Roosevelt's shoulder, a small detail that makes a huge difference in the collector's world. On the reverse side, the design features a flaming torch in the center, symbolizing freedom, flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch representing peace and strength. The inscriptions "United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and one dime complete this elegant and timeless design. What makes some 1988 P-mint dimes especially exciting are their silver-toned surfaces, highly reflective luster, and sometimes slightly thicker rims or unusual metal tones. These details suggest variations in the minting process, which can elevate a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. When you find one in fine or better condition with clear details, sharp rims, and full design visibility, you're looking at a piece that has real numismatic character, and that's exactly what collectors want today. Now, let's talk about what every collector wants to hear: rarity and demand. The 1988 Roosevelt dime with the P-mint mark might not have been rare at the time of its release, but decades later, things have changed dramatically. Coins in fine or better condition are becoming harder and harder to find as circulation has worn down most of the coins from that year. Many 1988 dimes were heavily used in commerce, meaning very few have survived with sharp details, clean surfaces, or natural luster. When you combine that with the discovery of a few silver-toned or off-metal strikes, you have a situation that excites every serious numismatist. Collectors today are hunting for these coins in any condition, but those in fine, extra fine, or uncirculated condition have seen a dramatic surge in value and interest. The market for Roosevelt dimes has grown exponentially in the last few years, and the 1988 P dime has emerged as a standout. Its historical significance, coupled with its scarcity and high grades, has made it a true sleeper coin, one that is finally getting the recognition it deserves. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and collector forums are all buzzing with stories of rising bids and remarkable discoveries of this very coin. Now let's get to the exciting part: the market value. As of today's active coin market, the 1988 Roosevelt dime with a P-mint mark in fine condition is trading strong among collectors. Typical examples in circulated condition may fetch a few dollars, but the story changes drastically for coins that display fine condition with silver-like tone, clean details, or a mint error. Depending on its surface quality and overall eye appeal, the 1988 P dime can range from $100,000 for fine condition examples, and values can easily reach $250,000 or more for higher grade or silver tone pieces. Some authenticated varieties or error coins have even been reported selling for over $620,000 at collector auctions and online bidding events. The trend is upward. Collectors are realizing that modern era dimes like this one are the next frontier of coin investment. With demand increasing and supply shrinking, the 1988 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark is positioned for major appreciation. Many numismatic experts now include it among the hidden gems of late 20th century US coinage. So, if you own one or if you come across one in your change, don't overlook it. It could be a valuable find that grows in worth with every passing year for collectors looking to secure their piece of numismatic history. Here are some valuable insights. Always start by examining your coin closely. Look for strong details on Roosevelt's face, full lettering, and a clear P mint mark. The cleaner and more defined the design, the higher its potential value. Store your coin in a safe, dry environment, preferably in a coin holder or capsule to prevent further wear. Never clean your coins. Even gentle cleaning can dramatically reduce their value. Instead, handle them carefully by the edges and preserve their natural tone. And if you believe your 1988 P dime has a silver appearance or a unique error, certified coins not only hold their value better but also attract stronger bids in the collector's market. And remember, collecting is not just about value, it's about passion, discovery, and history. Every coin tells a story, and the 1988 Roosevelt dime is a shining example of how a small piece of metal can carry decades of American pride and heritage. As we reach the end of this exciting journey, one thing is clear: the 1988 Roosevelt 1 dime with the P mint mark is far more than just a 10-cent coin. It's a collectible treasure that combines historical value, artistic design, and modern rarity in one brilliant piece. Its demand is climbing rapidly, and collectors across the world are now paying attention to its beauty and investment potential. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your coin collecting adventure, keep an eye out for this hidden gem. The silver-shaded Roosevelt dime of 1988 is one of those coins that can turn an ordinary collection into something extraordinary. So, if you have one, treasure it. If you find one, protect it. And if you're looking for one, the time to act is now, while the market is buzzing with excitement and opportunity. Next up, the Roosevelt 1 dime from 1980 with the Denver D mint mark. At first glance, this coin might seem like an ordinary dime that's passed through countless hands over the decades, but in today's numismatic world, this coin is gaining serious attention for its beauty, historical value, and growing demand among collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your coin collecting journey, the story behind this 1980 D Roosevelt dime will absolutely capture your imagination and might even inspire you to check your pocket change, because treasures like this could be sitting right under your nose. To truly understand the significance of the 1980 Roosevelt dime, we must take a step back and appreciate the rich legacy of the series. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, a year after the passing of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II made him one of the most beloved presidents in American history, and the dime was chosen to honor his tireless fight against polio, a cause he passionately supported through the March of Dimes Foundation. Designed by John Urasinik, the Roosevelt dime quickly became a symbol of American resilience and progress. By 1980, the design had already become a cornerstone of U.S. coinage, representing over 3 decades of history. However, the year 1980 marked an interesting period in minting. This was a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning through technological advancements and refining the production of clad coinage, which replaced silver after 1964. While most 1980 dimes were made from a copper-nickel composition, a small number of error and transitional planchet strikes with a silver core surfaced, and these are the ones that have become incredibly valuable today. Each 1980 D Roosevelt dime holds a story of change, precision, and the evolution of America's currency system, making it a fascinating piece of history. To own the 1980 D Roosevelt dime is instantly recognizable by its fine craftsmanship and elegant simplicity. On the obverse, we see the left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, surrounded by the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 1980. Just to the right of the date, below Roosevelt's neck, rests the distinctive D mint mark, signifying that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility known for its high-quality production and limited run of certain die varieties during that year. The reverse design is equally symbolic, featuring a torch in the center representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left for peace and an oak branch on the right for strength and independence. What sets this coin apart is not only its artistry but also the unusual silver-like appearance found on some examples. Certain 1980 D Roosevelt dimes were mistakenly struck on older silver planchets or transitional blanks, giving them a striking silver tone and a weight slightly different from regular clad dimes. These pieces are often called silver transitional errors, and they shine brilliantly under magnification, a detail that collectors absolutely love. Even circulated examples with a clear silver hue or distinct minting errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or double dies, have been attracting significant attention at auctions across the United States. When it comes to rarity, the 1980 Roosevelt dime holds a unique position in modern U.S. coinage. While millions of standard dimes were minted that year, coins that display unusual characteristics, especially those with a silver planchet or error, are extremely scarce and have become a collector's dream. Circulated examples are especially intriguing because they tell a story of survival. Imagine a small coin that has traveled through time for over 4 decades, passing from one generation to another, yet still holds the power to astonish collectors today. That's the beauty of the 1980 Roosevelt dime. Even in circulated condition, the coin maintains its desirability due to its rarity and the sheer excitement it brings to those who discover one. Many collectors actively seek this specific dime because it represents a moment of transition in U.S. minting history. Some examples with strong details and minimal wear can fetch impressive prices in auctions and private sales, especially if the coin exhibits that distinct silver sheen or a verified minting error. The demand for this coin is increasing every year as more collectors realize its importance and scarcity, making it not just a piece of metal, but a genuine slice of American heritage. Now, let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the current market value of the 1980 Roosevelt dime in today's booming coin market. While a typical circulated 1980 dime without special features might only be worth its face value, those with a silver appearance, minting error, or unique condition are now commanding huge premiums. In today's numismatic auctions, a circulated 1980 Roosevelt dime with silver composition or a visible mint error can range from $700,000 depending on eye appeal and rarity. The demand for transitional and error dimes has skyrocketed in recent years as more collectors turn their attention to modern rarities. Auction houses are reporting record-breaking interest in 1980 Roosevelt dimes, with bidders eager to secure these elusive coins. The silvertone examples are especially coveted, often selling within minutes when they appear online. This remarkable rise in value shows just how dynamic and exciting the world of coin collecting has become. The 1980 Roosevelt dime is not just another piece of change, it's a small but mighty treasure that continues to gain respect and admiration in the collector community. If you're a collector or simply someone with a keen eye for hidden treasures, now is the perfect time to start hunting for the 1980 Roosevelt dime. Begin by carefully examining your change, old jars of coins, or inherited collections. Look for that D-mint mark just beside the date and pay attention to the coin's color and weight. If it appears more silver than the usual copper-nickel dimes, you may have something truly special in your hands. Always handle coins with care, preferably using cotton gloves or by holding them by the edges to preserve their condition. It's also a good idea to invest in a precise digital scale and magnifying glass to detect any subtle differences in weight or striking details. If you suspect you found a silver or error dime, send it to a reputable grading service for authentication. A professional certification can dramatically increase the coin's market value and appeal to buyers. Networking with fellow collectors, attending coin shows, and keeping up with auction trends will also give you an edge in identifying potential bargains or opportunities to sell at the right time. Remember, patience and passion are key in coin collecting. Every great find begins with curiosity and a willingness to learn. The 1980 Roosevelt dime is more than just a 10-cent coin, it's a living piece of American history that continues to inspire coin enthusiasts around the world. Its connection to President Roosevelt's legacy, its place in the evolution of U.S. coinage, and the mystery surrounding its rare silver planchet versions make it one of the most exciting finds for collectors today. Even in circulated condition, this dime radiates charm, value, and historical significance. So, the next time you sort through your coins, don't overlook that small 1980 dime. It might just be your gateway to an incredible discovery worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The collector market is alive with enthusiasm, and these coins are at the center of that excitement. Each one tells a story, and owning one means holding a tangible piece of history in your hands. Next up, the 1979 Roosevelt one dime with the D-mint mark, a coin that continues to surprise collectors around the world with its beauty, rarity, and unexpectedly high market value. If you're a coin enthusiast or someone just starting your journey in numismatics, this video is a must-watch. So, sit back and stay tuned for the full story behind this silver dime that could turn out to be a small fortune in your pocket change. Let's begin with the introduction. The Roosevelt dime has been an iconic piece of American coinage since it was first introduced in 1946, created in honor of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. His image on the dime symbolizes courage, leadership, and compassion. The 1979 Roosevelt dime, especially the one bearing the D Mint mark from the Denver Mint, stands as a remarkable coin that holds not only historical importance but also significant collector value today. Many of these coins were struck in large numbers for circulation, but very few survive today in extra fine condition, and even fewer exhibit unique features or striking errors that make them extremely valuable in the numismatic market now. Let's talk about the history and background of the 1979 Roosevelt dime. By this year, the U.S. Mint had long switched from 90% silver coins to a copper-nickel composition, which began in 1965. However, during the late 1970s, some silver-clad planchets left over from earlier special issues are rumored to have been mistakenly used at the Denver Mint, making certain examples of the 1979 D-dime stand out as mysterious and highly prized pieces. Collectors have been captivated by this year's production because it bridges the gap between the old silver coinage era and the modern copper-nickel designs. Even though officially no silver dimes were supposed to be minted in 1979, collectors continue to search for unusual planchets and minting anomalies that make this coin particularly interesting and sought after. It represents a piece of minting history that fascinates experts and beginners alike when it comes to the unique features of the coin. The 1979 D Roosevelt dime holds plenty of details that make it special. The obverse features a sharp, dignified portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John Cynic, with the word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust," clearly visible. The reverse side showcases the torch of liberty flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbols of peace and strength. The D Mint mark, located near the base of Roosevelt's neck, confirms it was struck in Denver. Collectors who examine this coin under magnification often look for strong strikes, full torch details, and minimal wear, all of which are indicators of high quality and value. Dimes with strong luster and clear mint marks are especially in demand. In extra fine condition, this coin radiates beauty, showing sharp lines and minimal handling marks, proof of excellent preservation over 4 decades. Moving on to rarity and condition, this is where the excitement truly begins. Even though millions of Roosevelt dimes were minted in 1979, the survival of coins in extra fine or near uncirculated condition is far rarer than you might think. Many were used in daily transactions, gradually losing their sharpness and details. The few that remain well preserved are now highly sought after by collectors. Furthermore, certain 1979 D dimes with unusual toning, minting errors such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or silver planchet misprints have skyrocketed in demand. These rare variations have been known to sell for thousands or even millions of dollars at major coin auctions. Difference in value. A well-preserved extra fine or mint-state 1979 D dime is not just a collectible, it's a true investment in American history. Now let's talk about the current market value in dollars. As of today's active numismatic market, the 1979 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark in extra fine condition is gaining more attention than ever before. In the general retail market, these coins typically start around $55,000 for average circulated condition, but once you enter the realm of extra fine to uncirculated grades, the prices can rise significantly. In auctions and collector sales, pristine examples with full torch details have sold for $500,000 and rare silver planchet or error versions can easily exceed $480,000 more depending on the rarity and condition. The market for vintage U.S. dimes has grown in the last few years as collectors focus on completing full Roosevelt sets, driving up demand for earlier, well-preserved coins like the 1979 D silver-tone varieties or unique error coins are commanding especially high premiums among serious buyers. If you happen to find one in your coin jar or inherited collection, it could be worth checking its details carefully. You might be holding a treasure for collectors. Let's discuss some tips to preserve and identify these valuable dimes. Always handle your coins carefully, preferably with cotton gloves, to avoid fingerprints or damage. Store your coins in protective holders or airtight capsules to maintain their condition. If you suspect that your 1979 D dime might be a silver planchet variety or have a mint error, have it examined by a professional grading service. Proper authentication and certification can multiply the coin's value and make it easier to sell to serious buyers or auction houses. It's also wise to stay updated on recent sales and trends in the coin market. Roosevelt dimes, particularly those from the 1970s in premium grades, are seeing renewed interest from collectors who value the combination of history, design, and scarcity. Coins that were once overlooked are now being recognized as hidden gems of American numismatic history. As we approach the conclusion, the 1979 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark stands as a shining example of how even small denomination coins can carry big historical and monetary value. From its ties to President Roosevelt's legacy to its fascinating minting background and its enduring appeal among collectors, this coin continues to rise in popularity. The combination of its aesthetic beauty, mint quality, and rarity in high-grade condition has made it one of the most talked-about dimes in the collector community. If you find one in your collection, consider yourself lucky. It's a piece of U.S. history that represents both art and investment. The coin market continues to evolve, and the demand for vintage Roosevelt dimes remains strong, especially for coins that display superior craftsmanship and historical character. Whether you're an experienced collector or just discovering the hobby, the 1979 D-dime proves that even a 10-cent coin can become a symbol of great value. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and treasure what you find. You never know when you might hold a piece of history worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Next up, the 1985 Roosevelt 1 dime with the P mint mark. This remarkable silver coin has caught the attention of collectors all over the world and is now considered one of the most desirable modern dimes in the market. If you're a passionate coin collector or someone who dreams of owning a rare piece of American history, then stay with us till the end because this coin's story, value, and rarity will absolutely amaze you. Let's begin with the intro and overview. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led America through the Great Depression and World War II. His image was chosen because of his deep connection to the March of Dimes campaign that helped fight polio. The coin's design became a symbol of courage, leadership, and national pride. The 1985 version of this dime, especially the one with the P mint mark from Philadelphia, is one of the most fascinating issues in the entire Roosevelt series. Although 1985 was not generally known for silver dimes in circulation, a few extraordinary pieces have surfaced showing silver content or special minting characteristics that set them apart from all other dimes produced that year. These are the coins that have stunned the numismatic community and skyrocketed in value. Now, let's move to the history and background of the 1985 Roosevelt dime. During the 1980s, most U.S. dimes were made from a copper-nickel composition, as silver had been removed from regular circulation coins back in 1965. However, errors, experimental planchets, and special minting processes sometimes produce silver-based dimes even decades later. The 1985 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark represents one of those rare and fascinating possibilities. These coins are known to show a bright silver shine, high luster, and a superior strike compared to regular copper-nickel issues. Over time, they have become highly collectible due to their exceptional finish and mysterious origin. Were they test strikes, mint errors, or deliberate special mint runs? Collectors have debated this for years. But one thing is certain: owning one is like holding a hidden treasure from the U.S. Mint's history. When we talk about the unique features of the coin, the 1985 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark truly stands out. The design, created by John Cynic, features President Roosevelt's bold profile on the obverse side, surrounded by the word Liberty, the year 1985, and the national motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, you'll find the iconic torch representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch of peace and an oak branch of strength and independence. What makes the silver variant of this coin so unique is its bright, mirror-like surface, sharp details, and exceptional strike quality. Many of these coins display strong definition in Roosevelt's hair and facial features, as well as deep clarity in the torch and lettering. Collectors love these dimes because they look absolutely stunning under light, radiating a silvery brilliance that makes them unforgettable. Another feature that increases its desirability is the P mint mark, signifying that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Although millions of dimes were minted that year, very few silver-like examples exist, making this one of the most exceptional mint mark combinations ever found in a modern Roosevelt dime. Its composition, shine, and rarity have made it a hot topic in the numismatic community, and every serious collector dreams of adding one to their collection. Moving on to the rarity and condition, this is where the 1985 P Roosevelt dime becomes a true legend. While standard copper-nickel versions are common, silver variants or coins with unusual characteristics are incredibly hard to find. These coins were likely struck on leftover silver planchets or through a rare minting error, giving them a unique identity in U.S. coin history. Only a handful of high-quality examples have been authenticated by grading companies such as PCGS or NGC, often receiving grades of MS65 and above. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition command a huge premium in the market today. Collectors and investors know that the better the condition, the rarer the coin, and the more valuable it becomes. Every gleaming, untouched detail of this coin makes it a prized possession for anyone lucky enough to own one. Let's talk about the collector demand and the current market value in dollars. The demand for the 1985 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark has exploded in recent years. Collectors, silver investors, and even historians are chasing this coin because it represents an era of American craftsmanship and hidden rarity. In the current action-packed coin market, these coins have achieved incredible auction results. Depending on the condition, the coin's value can range from $500,000, with some extraordinary silver strikes fetching up to $930,000 or more in top-grade certified condition. Even those with minimal wear or light circulation can still be worth several $100s. What drives this huge value is not only the silver appearance and mint mark but also the story and historical connection behind it. When a coin combines mystery, rarity, and beauty, it becomes a true collector's gem, and that's exactly what the 1985 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark represents. Now let's discuss some tips for collectors who want to find or invest in this stunning dime. Always look carefully at your Roosevelt dimes from the 1980s, especially 1985. Pay attention to color, shine, and edge details. A real silver specimen will have a brighter and cleaner tone compared to the standard copper-nickel version. The edge might not show the typical copper band, and the sound it makes when gently tapped can be distinct, a higher, clearer ring compared to other coins. When buying or selling, always have your coin authenticated by a reputable grading company. A professionally graded and encapsulated coin not only protects your investment but also increases its resale value. Try to collect coins in uncirculated or near mint condition if possible, as they tend to appreciate faster in value. Finally, let's wrap up with the conclusion. The 1985 Roosevelt one dime with the P mint mark is not just another small coin, it's a piece of American history, a symbol of rarity, and a shining example of how modern coins can become treasures of immense value. Its outstanding silver appearance, limited numbers, and powerful demand among collectors have made it one of the most talked about dimes in recent years. If you're lucky enough to come across one, you could be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars, a coin that connects the past and present in the world of numismatics. So, keep an eye on your change, search your coin rolls, and explore your old collections. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting for you. Next up, the 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark, a rare and valuable piece of history that continues to shine in today's collector's market. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to discover why this coin, even in dirty or aged condition, is still creating massive excitement and value among collectors worldwide. Let's start with a bit of background and history. The 1944 wheat penny is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing freedom, strength, and American legacy. The reverse proudly displays two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent, representing prosperity and the hard-working spirit of America during one of its most challenging eras, the World War II years. The year 1944 holds a special place in U.S. coinage history because it marks a transitional period when the U.S. Mint switched from using steel planchets in 1943 back to bronze and copper in 1944. This shift was due to the end of wartime restrictions on copper, making the 1944 penny one of the first to return to its classic reddish-brown composition. Now, let's talk about the unique features that make this coin stand out. The 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on its coins during this era. What makes this coin even more fascinating is its composition, made from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that classic warm tone collectors love. Over the years, some of these coins have developed beautiful patinas and dark shades, especially those that have been exposed to the elements, giving each piece a distinct personality and story to tell. Even in dirty or aged condition, this coin can capture the imagination of collectors because it represents an authentic piece of American wartime history. In terms of rarity and collector demand, the 1944 wheat penny remains one of the most talked about coins among U.S. collectors. While millions were produced, finding one in original, untampered condition, especially with a naturally aged or dirty surface, is becoming increasingly difficult. Collectors value originality, and coins that have not been cleaned or altered often command higher prices in the market because they preserve their true historical character. The 1944 no-mint mark penny is known for its strong strike and solid detail, especially around Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks on the reverse, which helps identify authentic mint production quality. What really drives collector demand, though, is the coin's link to World War II and its symbolic representation of America's resilience during that time. It's a coin that carries both historical importance and emotional weight, making it a must-have for any serious collection when it comes to current market value. The 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark continues to surprise collectors and investors alike. Even in dirty or circulated condition, the coin can be worth anywhere from $420,000 depending on its overall eye appeal and preservation. However, coins that retain sharper details or have unique toning can easily sell for $800,000 among dedicated collectors. Now, if you're lucky enough to find a 1944 wheat penny in uncirculated or mint-state condition, its value can jump dramatically, often reaching $1.2 million at auctions. Now let's share some valuable tips for collectors who are looking to find or preserve their 1944 wheat pennies. The first and most important thing is to handle your coin with care. Even if it appears dirty, never attempt to clean it, as cleaning can drastically reduce its value. Collectors prefer coins that show their natural aging and original surface. Use soft gloves or handle the coin by its edges to avoid leaving fingerprints. If you're hunting through old coin rolls, jars, or inherited collections, always keep an eye out for the 1944 date without a mint mark. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem that could be worth far more than you imagine. Storing your coins properly in acid-free holders or coin flips will protect them from damage and preserve their value. Over to me. As we wrap up today's video, it's clear that the 1944 wheat penny without mint mark remains a timeless treasure in the world of numismatics. It represents more than just a coin, it's a symbol of American perseverance, history, and artistry. Whether you own one in pristine condition or you've just found a dirty and worn example, you are holding a real piece of the past that continues to hold strong value in today's action-packed collector market. This coin proves that even something as small as a 1-cent piece can carry immense worth, both financially and historically. So, if you're passionate about rare coins, keep your eyes open for this incredible 1944 wheat penny. Its demand continues to rise, and many collectors are willing to pay top dollar for genuine pieces with originality and story behind them. Who knows, you might already have one sitting in your coin jar or inherited collection, waiting to be discovered and appreciated for its hidden value. Next up, the 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark. This classic 1-cent piece, often overlooked by the casual eye, hides an incredible legacy and growing market value that has made it one of the most talked about coins in modern collecting circles. Whether you found one in your old piggy bank or inherited it from a family collection, this coin could be worth much more than its face value today. So stay tuned, because we'll explore its history, features, rarity, and real market value in today's action-packed numismatic world. The 1946 wheat penny was minted right after World War II, during a time when America was recovering from years of global conflict. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series had already been in production since 1909, created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design was the work of Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB can sometimes be seen near the rim on earlier issues. The obverse proudly features Lincoln's portrait, symbolizing strength and integrity, while the reverse shows two wheat stalks curving around the words 1 cent, a tribute to American agriculture and prosperity. The 1946 no-mint mark version was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark during that era. Although millions were produced, the story doesn't end there. Over time, fewer and fewer have survived in good condition due to circulation, environmental exposure, and heavy usage. Many coins were lost, melted, or worn beyond recognition, making well-preserved examples of the 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark highly sought after by collectors today. The 1946 wheat penny stands out for several fascinating reasons. First, it was part of the post-war copper series, made primarily from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, a significant shift back from the wartime steel cents of 1943. This transition marked the restoration of America's traditional coinage metals and symbolizes the nation's return to peace and prosperity. The deep reddish-brown color that many of these coins display today is a result of the copper composition aging over time, giving each coin a unique patina and character. Another distinctive aspect is its design sharpness. When found in circulated but well-preserved condition, the details of Lincoln's hair, face, and coat still exhibit remarkable craftsmanship. On the reverse side, the wheat ears show lines and texture that add to the visual beauty of this classic coin. Many collectors love the 1946 wheat penny not just for its historical connection, but also for its elegant and meaningful design. It's a true piece of American art captured in miniature form. Now let's talk about rarity and condition. While the 1946 wheat penny was minted in large numbers, the number of coins that have survived in clean, problem-free circulated condition is far less than you might imagine. Most coins from circulation show heavy wear, scratches, discoloration, or even corrosion. Finding a piece that still displays full details in an even brown or reddish tone can be a real challenge, and that's where the collector demand rises dramatically. Collectors and dealers across the United States are constantly looking for these coins, especially those that have aged beautifully with strong eye appeal. Even circulated examples are in demand because they carry the story of everyday America, the pocket change of the post-war generation. Every mark and scratch tells a story of history, and that's exactly what makes this coin so beloved. In today's market, rarity isn't only about mintages, it's about surviving quality. A well-circulated 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark remains a key piece for completing a Lincoln cent collection, and collectors are paying top dollar for them. Let's now explore what everyone wants to know: the value. In today's fast-moving collector market, the 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark in circulated condition can range anywhere from $500,000 depending on its overall grade, color, and eye appeal. But hold on, the story doesn't stop there. Coins with exceptional luster or minimal wear can bring much higher prices, especially if certified by professional grading services. Some top-quality examples in excellent circulated grades have fetched $750,000 or more at auctions, showing just how strong the demand is among collectors. And remember, values are steadily climbing. The interest in wheat pennies has exploded in recent years, with new collectors entering the market daily. The 1946 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny stands as a solid entry point for both beginners and experienced numismatists who recognize its long-term potential. Its combination of history, beauty, and accessibility makes it one of the best-performing coins in the 1-cent category today. If you're thinking about collecting or investing in the 1946 wheat penny, here are a few tips to help you get started on the right path. Always handle your coins carefully, never clean or polish them, as that can dramatically reduce their value. Instead, store them in a protective coin holder or an album designed for copper cents. When purchasing coins, look for examples that have even toning, minimal scratches, and clear details on both sides. Certified coins can be worth significantly more because they offer authenticity and assurance of quality. Keep an eye on online auction results, coin shows, and collector forums. Prices often vary, and you might be surprised at how fast these coins are appreciating. The key is patience, knowledge, and passion. Every serious collector knows that great coins, like the 1946 wheat penny, are not just metal, they are time capsules of American history. As we wrap up this 50-minute deep dive, remember that the 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark is much more than an old coin. It's a living reminder of America's strength, recovery, and craftsmanship in the post-war years. With its rich copper tone, timeless design, and increasing collector demand, this coin continues to rise in popularity and value in today's market. Whether you own one in circulated condition or you're searching for your first piece, this coin remains a shining example of how history and artistry meet in numismatics. So, take a closer look at your coin jar or that old box of pennies in your drawer. You might be holding a little piece of treasure with a big story behind it. The 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny has proven that even small coins can hold huge value, not only in dollars but in history and heritage. Next up, the 1941 D penny, its history, its rare features, and why it continues to shine in today's collector market with remarkable value. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to discover why this small piece of copper is creating big waves among collectors and investors alike. Let's start with the introduction. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most admired figures in American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side and the classic wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity, strength, and unity. By 1941, America was standing at the edge of a new era, and the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins to meet the needs of a growing nation. Yet, among those millions, only a fraction have survived in extra fine or better condition, making the 1941 D wheat penny a prize for collectors today. Now, let's talk about the history and background of this fascinating coin. The 1941 D wheat penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, identified by the small d mint mark beneath the date. Over 128 million coins were struck that year, but very few remain in the pristine state that collectors desire. The early 1940s were marked by wartime production and material shortages, which meant that many coins saw heavy circulation. Over the years, most were worn down, lost, or melted. However, those preserved in extra fine condition tell a story of endurance, surviving the passage of time, wars, and decades of handling, yet maintaining their original beauty and detail. Each of these coins represents not only history but also craftsmanship and resilience. The unique features of the 1941 wheat penny make it stand out in the numismatic world. Crafted primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this coin carries that warm reddish-brown tone collectors love. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's dignified portrait is crisp and lifelike, while the reverse proudly displays two wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above it all shines the motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. What truly distinguishes the 1941 version are the strong, well-defined strike details, especially around the mint mark and lettering. The Denver Mint was known for producing sharp and well-made coins, and when found in extra fine condition, the intricate details of Lincoln's hair, facial lines, and the wheat stalks remain beautifully intact. As we move deeper into its appeal, we must understand the rarity and condition factors that drive collector demand. While 128 million might seem like a large number, condition is what separates an ordinary penny from a collectible gem. Extra fine examples retain most of their original luster, show only light wear on high points, and display clear lettering and edges. These coins are not only rare but are also highly sought after because of their limited availability in such condition. Collectors today are constantly searching for well-preserved 1941 pennies to add to their sets, and prices continue to climb as the supply of top-condition coins becomes smaller with each passing year. Numismatists appreciate how these coins capture a piece of history from pre-war America, and that historical connection makes them even more desirable. Now let's discuss the current market value in dollars, where things get really exciting. The 1941 wheat penny in extra fine condition has been steadily increasing in value as collector interest grows. In today's coin market, an extra fine 1941 penny can command anywhere between $250,000 depending on eye appeal and toning. But that's only part of the story. Coins that display strong original color, minimal marks, and sharp detail can fetch even higher premiums from serious collectors and auction houses. Certified examples graded by professional coin grading services such as PCGS or NGC often sell for significantly more, sometimes reaching $70,000 or higher, especially if they possess a rich red or red-brown tone. Rare varieties, such as those with doubled die errors or repunched mint marks, can push values into the hundreds of dollars. In some rare auction cases, perfectly preserved 1941 coins in uncirculated or mint state condition have sold for over $380,000, reflecting how much collectors value top-grade pieces. When it comes to collector demand, the 1941 wheat penny is one of those coins that every serious numismatist wants in their collection. Its combination of historical significance, beautiful design, and affordable entry-level pricing makes it perfect for both beginners and experienced collectors. But demand is growing fast. As coin collecting continues to rise in popularity across the world, these mid-century wheat pennies are becoming harder to find in strong condition. Coin shows, auctions, and online marketplaces all report increasing interest in pre-World War II pennies, especially those from the Denver Mint. Enthusiasts recognize that the 1941 penny represents not just a coin, but a tangible link to America's past. For collectors and investors, here are some important tips to keep in mind when dealing with this coin. First, always check the authenticity and grade of your coin. Look for clear details, a strong mint mark, and minimal surface wear. If possible, have your coin professionally graded to maximize its value in the marketplace. Second, store your wheat pennies in a dry, protected environment, such as an airtight holder or a professional coin album, to prevent oxidation and discoloration. Third, pay attention to color. Coins that maintain their red or red-brown hues are far more desirable than those that have turned dark or brown. And lastly, stay connected with the coin community. Auctions, online coin groups, and dealer networks are great places to learn about price trends and new market opportunities. The 1941 penny is considered a stable investment that continues to gain appreciation year after year. As we near the conclusion, it's clear that the 1941 wheat penny is much more than just a piece of small change. It's a symbol of American heritage, a collector's treasure, and a reminder that even the smallest coins can hold incredible value. Its charm lies not only in its design but in the story it tells, a story of history, craftsmanship, and passion. For collectors, owning a 1941 wheat penny in extra fine condition is like holding a time capsule from an era of transformation and strength. The coin stands as proof that numismatics is not just about money, it's about preserving history and celebrating art in miniature form. So if you come across a 1941 wheat penny, take a close look. It might just be your entry into the fascinating world of valuable coins. Its beauty, rarity, and growing demand make it one of the most exciting coins in today's auction market. Whether you're a beginner or an expert collector, this coin deserves a special place in your collection. Next up, the 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark. This coin is not just a piece of old copper, it's a timeless symbol of American craftsmanship, wartime history, and collector prestige. So sit back, because over the next 50 minutes, we'll explore everything about this rare 1942 wheat penny, from its origins and special characteristics to its skyrocketing value in today's collector's market. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this coin is in such high demand and how owning one could be a major asset for any serious coin collector. Let's begin with the history and background of this remarkable coin. The 1942 Lincoln wheat penny comes from a period of great historical significance. America was in the middle of World War II, and every resource, including copper, was crucial to the war effort. The U.S. Mint continued to produce pennies during this period, but with close attention to the nation's economic needs. The coin was struck at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, the 1942 penny without a mint mark was struck only in Philadelphia. Coins from this mint are known for their strong details, clean design, and elegant finish. The absence of a mint mark, found under the date on the obverse side, is what makes this version so distinct and desirable to collectors today. When you hold a 1942 wheat penny in your hand, you're holding a piece of history, a coin that circulated during a time when the world was changing dramatically. The obverse features the beloved image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday, and it became one of the most iconic images in U.S. coinage. On the reverse side, you see the words 1 cent framed by 2 wheat stalks, symbolizing prosperity and growth. That's why collectors lovingly call it the wheat penny. The motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, reminds us of unity during one of the most challenging times in American history. Now let's talk about the unique features of the 1942 wheat penny without mint mark. This coin is made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, giving it that rich reddish-brown tone that deepens with age. Over time, many of these coins have developed beautiful color shade variations, from deep chocolate brown to bright red-orange luster. These color tones, known as color shade condition, make each coin visually unique. A coin with a vibrant red tone and strong details is considered especially valuable. The way light dances across its surface highlights the craftsmanship of the mint and gives each piece a personality of its own. Collectors love finding these naturally toned coins, as they tell a story about how the coin has aged gracefully over more than 80 years. The rarity and condition of the 1942 wheat penny without mint mark are what make it highly sought after in today's collector's market. While millions were minted in Philadelphia, few have survived in pristine condition. Most coins from circulation show heavy wear due to their long history of use, but the ones that remain in color shade condition or uncirculated state are treasures. Coins graded as extra fine or mint state can command impressive prices at auctions and collector shows. A high-quality 1942 wheat penny can sometimes surprise even seasoned collectors, fetching $1,000 depending on its tone, luster, and strike sharpness. The most prized examples, those with brilliant red coloration and perfect details, can reach values well over $900,000 in today's market. Demand for this coin continues to grow every year. Coin enthusiasts around the world recognize that wartime-era Lincoln cents carry historical depth, aesthetic beauty, and investment potential. The 1942 wheat penny without mint mark has become a collector's favorite because of its connection to America's wartime economy, its artistry, and the incredible preservation of some examples. Auction houses report strong bidding whenever high-grade 1942 pennies come up for sale. Even mid-grade coins in beautiful color shade condition are being snapped up by passionate collectors eager to add them to their wheat penny sets. This coin isn't just another old cent, it's a statement piece, a conversation starter, and a valuable collectible that continues to appreciate in value. Let's move on to the current market value of the 1942 wheat penny without mint mark. In the fast-moving world of coin collecting, this coin has consistently proven its strength. A 1942 wheat penny in average circulated condition can sell between $400,000, which is already far above its original face value. In fine or extra fine condition, its value ranges from $585,000, but the real excitement begins when we talk about high-grade coins. In uncirculated red shade condition, this penny can bring between $800,000 depending on the exact tone and clarity of the strike. These numbers show that the 1942 wheat penny without mint mark is not just a collector's item, it's an investment opportunity that continues to rise in popularity and value. Now, let's talk about some tips for collectors who wish to find, preserve, or trade this coin. First, always look for coins with strong details and natural color tones. Avoid cleaned or polished coins, as this can reduce their value. Instead, search for pieces with authentic, natural color shades, those that show their true age gracefully. If you come across a 1942 wheat penny with a glowing reddish tone and no visible scratches or dull spots, that's a sign of high quality. Store your coins in protective holders or albums to prevent exposure to moisture and air, which can cause further toning or oxidation. Another key tip is to stay updated on market trends. The value of rare coins can shift depending on collector demand, auction results, and grading trends. Keep an eye on auction platforms, coin shows, and online collector groups to see how this coin performs in real time. Remember, a small penny from the 1940s can easily become one of your most valuable assets if handled wisely. As we reach the conclusion of this video, let's appreciate what makes the 1942 wheat penny without mint mark such a timeless masterpiece. It's a coin born during one of the most challenging eras in world history, yet it shines with elegance and strength even today. Its beautiful design, rich color shades, and increasing market demand make it one of the most highly desired wheat pennies among collectors. Whether you already own one or are hoping to find it in your change or coin roll, remember, every coin tells a story. The 1942 wheat penny tells a story of resilience, artistry, and American heritage. And for collectors, it represents a chance to own a small but powerful piece of that story, one that grows more valuable with every passing year. So, if you ever come across a 1942 wheat penny without mint mark in color shade condition, treat it as a true gem. The market is strong, the demand is high, and the excitement around this coin is greater than ever. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action. This is a coin that continues to make headlines and spark collector passion around the world. Next up, the 1953 wheat penny with the D mint mark, especially in its color shade condition. This coin has become a sensation in today's numismatic market, where collectors and investors alike are on the lookout for unique treasures that carry both history and value. Stay tuned as we explore the full story of this incredible coin, its origins, unique features, collector demand, and how much it's worth today in real dollars. So, let's begin this 50-minute journey into the world of the 1953 D wheat penny, a true masterpiece of American coinage history. The story of the 1953 wheat penny begins in the post-war era of the early 1950s, a time when America was booming with industrial growth, innovation, and pride. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series, which started in 1909, continued to be one of the most iconic designs in U.S. coinage. By 1953, the Denver Mint was one of the key facilities responsible for producing these coins, marked by the bold D mint mark just below the date. Each coin carried the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that symbolizes honesty, unity, and strength. This penny wasn't just a piece of currency, it was a small yet powerful reminder of American spirit and resilience. Now, when we talk about the 1953 D wheat penny in color shade condition, we're referring to a coin that has developed a natural tone or hue over time. This color can range from deep bronze and reddish orange to subtle shades of brown and gold. These unique colors are caused by oxidation, storage environment, and metal composition, and they make each coin one of a kind. Collectors today are absolutely captivated by these color variations because they give the coin an artistic, almost antique appearance that stands out from standard copper tones. The beauty of the 1953 D color shade penny is that no two coins look exactly the same, making each piece a distinct collectible treasure. Another striking feature of the 1953 D wheat penny is the sharpness and clarity of its original design. The words "In God We Trust" across the top of the obverse, "Liberty" to the left, and the date with the D mint mark on the right side give it a perfectly balanced aesthetic. On the reverse, the words 1 cent and United States of America are surrounded by the wheat stalks, symbolizing growth and prosperity. Many 1953 D coins in color shade condition still retain strong details and luster, showing the fine craftsmanship of the Denver Mint. This combination of artistry, history, and natural tone makes it one of the standout pennies from the wheat cent era when it comes to rarity and collector demand. The 1953 D wheat penny truly shines. While millions of these pennies were minted, finding one today in excellent preserved condition with a rich, even color shade is a real challenge. Most coins from circulation were worn down, corroded, or cleaned over the decades. However, those few that have survived in beautiful color shade condition are now considered gems in the collector market. Enthusiasts are willing to pay premium prices for examples that have a natural tone and original surfaces without any damage. The demand for such coins has been rising rapidly, as many collectors and investors recognize that the supply of well-preserved wheat pennies is shrinking every year. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its worth. Coins graded from extremely fine to mint state command incredible value, especially when they display vibrant colored tones and sharp strikes. A 1953 D wheat penny in high-grade uncirculated condition with a strong red or reddish-brown hue can easily reach $150,000 or even more at auction, depending on the eye appeal and grading certification. In the current market, top-quality 1953 D wheat pennies certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC have fetched astonishing results, proving that these coins are not just collectibles but valuable assets for the future. Even coins in slightly circulated but colorful conditions are now being sold for $330,000, making them highly desirable for both beginner and advanced collectors. In today's numismatic market, the 1953 D color shade penny stands out as a star. The coin's increasing rarity, visual appeal, and connection to America's mid-century history make it a favorite among coin enthusiasts. Collectors around the world are actively searching for premium examples, and auction houses have reported growing competition for this coin. With each passing year, fewer untouched specimens remain available, and prices continue to rise. Experts believe that the 1953 D wheat penny could become one of the most sought-after mid-century Lincoln cents of all time, a true symbol of beauty and scarcity for collectors who want to invest in or preserve these coins. There are a few important tips to keep in mind. Always handle your coins carefully, avoid touching them directly with your fingers, as oils and moisture can damage their surface and color. Store them in a dry, temperature-stable environment, ideally in coin holders or slabs that prevent exposure to air. Never clean your coins, as that can ruin their natural tone and drastically reduce their value. If you're considering buying one, try to purchase certified examples from reputable dealers or auctions to ensure authenticity and proper grading. Most importantly, focus on coins with attractive natural color and sharp details. Those are the ones that capture collectors' hearts and hold the strongest value in the long term. As we wrap up today's deep dive into the 1953 D wheat penny in color shade condition, it's clear that this coin is far more than a small piece of copper. It's a work of art, a part of history, and a valuable asset that continues to gain attention and admiration in the global coin market. Its demand is high, its beauty undeniable, and its future promising. Whether you're a longtime collector or just starting your journey in coin collecting, adding a 1953 D wheat penny to your collection is an excellent decision, one that combines history, craftsmanship, and investment potential. So, if you come across a 1953 D wheat penny with that rich, colorful tone, don't overlook it. That small cent might just be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Keep an eye out, keep collecting, and most of all, enjoy the journey of discovering these historic treasures. Thank you so much for watching this long and detailed exploration of the 1953 D wheat penny rare coin. If you found this video informative and inspiring, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and share it with fellow collectors. Remember, every coin has a story, and every collection has a gem waiting to be found. Until next time, happy collecting and see you in the next video.